Hello class, this is Miss Lackey. And before we get into our lesson for today, I just want to do a quick review of some previous learning because you are going to need that information to help you with your new learning for this week. So let's quickly review. The first thing we're going to review is an addition equation. Remember, we've seen many of these. An equation looks like this. 2 plus 2 equals something. And remember, the best way to solve an addition equation is to make a picture. So I have the number 2, so I drew 2 circles. I have the number 2 here, so I drew 2 more circles. And we know that this symbol in the middle means that we are adding something together. So I need to add them together by counting them all. So my 2 plus 2 more, 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 4. So I know that my answer to 2 plus 2 equals 4. Let's review decomposing numbers. Remember, decompose is just a fancy way to say break apart. So if we are trying to decompose 10 or break it apart, you start by drawing your 10 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You put that number 10 in the big bubble of your number bond. Miss Lackey decided to break apart her 10 right here. So let's count how many are on each side so we know how to break it apart. So on this side of the break, I have 1, 2, 3. So I put my 3 here. And on this side of the break, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I put my 7 here. And this lets me know that 10 will break apart or decompose into 3 and 7. Now that is just a quick review. If you need a more detailed review, I will link those lessons in the instructions for today so you can go back and look at them in detail. Remember, you're going to need this information for our new learning that we're going to do this week. So let's talk about the new learning for this week. This week, we are going to be making Mystery 10. We're going to be doing some making 10 mystery equations. So we have an addition equation, but this equation looks very different. There is something missing. That's what makes it a mystery. There is something missing from these equations. So we have to figure out what to do. So I will give you a hint. All this week, we are just working with making 10. So all of our equations will equal 10. So we have 5 plus another number equals 10. Since we know that we are trying to make 10, then in the big bubble of our number bond, we are going to put the number 10. Now remember, to help us to visually see it, the best thing to do is to draw a picture. I know that I am trying to make 10, so I drew 10 circles. Now remember, do not take my word for it. You can prove it. Let's count to make sure that that is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, last week we talked about breaking this number apart any way we wanted to. But this week we have to work a different kind of way because we are looking for how this number breaks apart when we have 5 on one side and another number on this side. We are using our addition equation as our guide. So since our addition equation tells me that I have 5 on one side, I am going to count out 5 and then make my break. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know that there are 5 on this side of the break, so I'm going to put a 5 here, okay? Now, in order to see what number is on this side of the break, I just need to count how many are on this side of the break. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 on this side of the break and 5 on that side of the break. So I'm going to put my 5 here. And so in order to complete my addition equation, I just plug in the numbers. 5 plus 5 more equals 10. And that is how I fill in my mystery equation. Let's do one more example. Now, our mystery equation has this side of the break blank, but that's okay. You can do that too. Let me show you how. So we have something plus 3 equals 10. Remember, we are making 10, so we're going to put 10 in the big bubble of our number bond. To help us to visually see it, we need to draw a picture. Miss Lackey already drew 10 circles, but do not take my word for it. You can prove it by counting it. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now this time, we don't know how many are on this side of the break yet, but we know how many are on this side of the break. There are 3. So we're going to count out 3 on this side and then put our break. 1, 2, 3, break. Okay? So since we know there are 3 here, there are 3 here, we're going to put 3 on this side of our number bond. Now all we have to do is count how many are on that side of the break to know what number goes into our mystery equation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 on this side of the break, so 7 goes on this side of our number bond, and 7 goes into our mystery equation. 7 plus 3 more equals 10. Now, Miss Lackey has said a lot in this lesson, but the best way to do this is to just work it out and do it yourself. The more you practice it, the easier it will become, and you will begin to see the patterns of what it looks like to break down the number 10. So use this information, watch this video again if you need to, and use it to help you to complete your Making 10 mystery equations for today. Happy learning! Bye!